About a year ago, I joined the Fire Phone team at Amazon. And on my first day, my manager sat me down and said, "George, you own the beta program." "Okay," I said, having never run a beta program before in my life. "Okay, so this is a secret product, George, so we can't show it to customers." "Okay. But it's a phone, so people have to use it out in the real world and give us feedback, right?" "Yeah." "All right, your problem now. Have fun." Great. So how do you get feedback on a product you can't hand to customers? Well, the answer to that is actually pretty simple. If you can't show this thing to customers, you give it to people who know about it, the people building the product. And hopefully they'll use it and give you some feedback, and hopefully not do what that guy did, but that's a story for another time. So then the question is, how do you get really great feedback from people who are this close to the product, building it day in and day out? Let me tell you something about people working on a version 1 product. They're busy, they're tired, they're frazzled, they're working on code day and night, they've got meetings, deadlines, they're really tired, and at the end of the day, they probably don't want to work on the thing they worked on all day at night at home. So how do you convince these people, how do you motivate these people to give you great feedback that channels what customers think? Well, the answer I came up with was to make my beta program a game. I was fortunate to be on the Xbox team for a couple of years. We did not build this game. We built awesome games. And I learned firsthand how addictive games can be, trust me. So basically, I threw every gamification trick in the book I had at this problem, okay? So here are the rules. So every piece of feedback was a point. You have a leaderboard of points, high scores and low scores. I had daily and weekly challenges like take the most pictures, listen to the most music. And most importantly, well, actually, I also had badges and virtual awards. Those are really important. They're worthless, but they're scarce. That's really important. You want one. I know you want one. Most importantly, anytime, day or night, you as a player could check exactly where you ranked on that leaderboard. And guess what? That actually worked. That motivated people. I know it worked because at one point, a 100-person meeting room was interrupted by a VP who realized he had beaten the high score of his arch nemesis. He stopped the room and he said, "Yes!" Games matter. Make it a game. Okay, so people are playing, but what happens when they get bored? And they will get bored. Well, I decided to add levels to my game. Are people tired of playing at work? Well, heck, have them use the thing at home. Have them take pictures of cats, dogs, pets, pigs. Have them make calls, conference calls. Have them triage email. Are they driving to work? Great. Every minute of use is a point. Have them use Bluetooth headsets. Have them do speech and turn-by-turn directions, right? Are people not giving you enough feedback out in the real world? Well, I decided to make a field trip challenge. We crammed people into cars. We had them go into various parks in Seattle. And for hours on end, they would just walk around and use the phone. And actually, you saw some tech geeks walking around taking selfies for hours on end a few months ago. That was probably my fault. I hope I didn't creep anybody out. Sorry about that. So all of this really got us some great feedback. So, okay, so people are playing. People are motivated, you're adding levels, but is the feedback actually making it back to the people building the product? Well, that's important. And the way I solved that is I made sure those people watched the players play the game. So we got a room back at Amazon. We crammed it full of people, important people in the program, VPs, directors, creative. This is the room, by the way. It does not look awesome, but it was awesome. I'll tell you why. Stuffed it full of coffee and sugar, gave a phone to each person and said, use every feature of the phone one by one, write down your feedback on stickies, post them on the walls. Most importantly, though, every time a feature was used, we brought in the feature owners in that room, and they watched the group play the game. And guess what? If you have 3 or 4 people in that room arguing about how your feature should work, you're going to go back and you're going to figure out how it's got to work, how it must work. So we did this actually for about 20 hours across multiple days. And it turns out it gave us a lot of great feedback, and it made the product a lot better. So eventually, we were able to show this product to customers, and we were able to get a lot of great feedback. But for a secret project like this, that doesn't happen until very late in the game. So these tips really helped us out and really made the product a lot better. But forget secret projects. If you're working on something that you want to get feedback from people who are not motivated to give you feedback, just follow these 3 steps. Make it a game, keep it fresh, and make sure people watch you play. Thank you. you.